Yo, it's Maja back with some WWE news. So let's react to what's in the news. And this is like, I think that's the news of January 15th. I know I'm a little late, but I'd be at work. I can't do nothing about that one.
Going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Cory Graves is legitimately angry with WWE and was pulled from NXT. WWE cuts off Bailey on NXT. No heat on Penta. WWE unfairly fired a superstar. WWE's plans for Tonga Loa at WrestleMania. AEW removes Ray Phoenix merch, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. And now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Cory Graves is legitimately angry with WWE and was pulled from NXT. At top of today's news is the latest development in Cory Graves' apparent anger with WWE. Fans are questioning whether Cory Graves is really upset with being moved from the main roster broadcast booth to NXT, or if this is part of a storyline. Fans who think Graves is upset are pointing to his recent tweets expressing his dismay over the move as proof, not to mention showing a clip of Graves not really looking enthusiastic to do the job. Now, Graves was scheduled to appear at the 14th January NXT and told the fans on X that he had a lot to say when he showed up. However, as Cultaholic noted, Cory Graves was absent from Tuesday night's episode of NXT at the WWE Performance Center. The show operated with a two-man booth of Vic Joseph and Booker T. A PW Insider reported early on Tuesday that Graves was spotted at the Orlando airport, presumably returning to his home in Pittsburgh. They also mentioned that there had been rumblings over the last several weeks that Graves wasn't happy with his positioning in the company. There had been word within WWE for the last week that Graves wasn't happy with being bumped off Raw and SmackDown for the NXT assignment, where he'd be the third man in the booth alongside Vic Joseph and Booker T. Whilst Graves did say that he had a lot to say, apparently that wasn't the case, as he really didn't show up to NXT that night. Fightful Select also followed up and mentioned that Graves wasn't seen at NXT rehearsals as late as 3:45 this afternoon, and that the NXT broadcasting position only had 2 chairs set up. Those close to Graves insist that his frustrations are very real and that the situation isn't a work, echoing reports from last week that Graves was legitimately frustrated with his move to NXT. Even Graves' brother, AAA luchador Sam Adonis, suggested that this was not a work. Graves recently signed a contract back in January 2024, which is believed to keep him locked in the WWE for at least the next few years. So it's kind of a bed that he pretty much has to lie in right now. A former WWE announcer and interviewer Jonathan Coachman had some advice for Cory Graves concerning his recent demotion. The coach shared his wisdom with Graves via social media, saying, "So Cory is upset for being bumped from the main announce roster. Happened to JR 5 times, happened to Cole multiple times, happened to me multiple times. He is right, he is really good at his job, but playing in the sandbox a little bit better might not hurt next time." A Coachman didn't hold back on how he thinks Cory should deal with things, saying, "Embrace whatever role you have and understand that you are lucky to have it. There are only 3 to 5 of these jobs at the highest level. Who knows, they maybe asked him to be a part of a 3-man booth. We know he doesn't like that. Sorry, had to. Last line a joke. The rest is the wrestling business. It happens." And what do you guys think of the coach's advice to Cory Graves? And do you think Cory is overacting?
Honestly think the coach is right, bro. I mean, I think he's cleared to wrestle. I think he made that like back in like 2022. I heard he's cleared to wrestle. So like, if you really want to like switch your position and you don't want to announce no more, you should just go back to wrestling. I know it can't be that easy, but like, if you got the green light, go ahead. But like, if you don't want to be part of a a 3-man announcement team, like which I think is really kind of perfect. NXT is going up right now. They got to deal with the CW right now. Booker T's perfect. The other dude, and he's pretty good too. But like, you could probably bring some more personality to the announcer table. Just like see how it is, and like see. I mean, feel how it is because like I don't know why you taking like NXT as a demotion. Nobody really takes NXT as a demotion. Even the wrestlers don't take the NXT as a demotion because like is such a great brand. It became a brand of itself. Maybe developmental, but it became its own brand. But guess it's how guess that's how he feels. I guess.
Assuming that he's actually mad and not swerving the WWE Universe with a return. After all, many thought that last night after Graves said that he has a lot to say, meaning that he could have announced his wrestling return or maybe an entry into the Royal Rumble. After all, Graves was cleared to wrestle in 2022. Some believe that
There
the
we
plan
go.
is also to have a Graves vs McAfee match, but those reports have been dismissed. Next up, WWE cuts off Bayley on NXT. Bayley is a big deal in the WWE, but even wrestling's role model isn't big enough to avoid getting cut off on NXT.
BBL
Bayley appeared
Bailey.
on last night's NXT to speak with recently dethroned NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. Perez began berating Bayley, even suggesting that she could serve as Bayley's role model. Unfortunately, the show cut out as CW shifted into its next program, resulting in fans at home missing out on what happened next. A Ringside News reports that Perez slapped Bayley, leading to a brawl. Now it appears that NXT needs to make some adjustments to prevent these situations from happening. That is, unless WWE wants to lead fans to social media to watch things play out. Next up, WWE setting up another TNA NXT crossover. Is WWE preparing for another intercompany bout between TNA Wrestling and NXT? Fans began asking this after TNA Knockouts champion Masha Slamovich was seen on WWE's developmental brand. WrestleTalk noted that Masha was shown in the crowd ahead of Cora Jade's match with Kalani Jordan on the show, with Cora picking up the win before seemingly teasing challenging for the Knockouts Championship. Do you think that this is the start of another round of crossovers between the two brands? Even so, Mickie James was seen backstage in NXT.
Honestly, I think TNA is so graceful right now. Every time they like send talent over there, it's just to lose. WWE will literally never do that, even with the NXT brand. That's why they got have them going back and forth with the NXT brand. There's like no huge stars like I'm not like taking like NXT as a development, like I mean as like a demotion, like I said earlier. But like I feel like WWE is like really doing that. They see like NXT always like as a developmental brand, which it is. But like it's a cool brand in itself. But like, why don't y'all like start like have people showing up on Raw, showing up on SmackDown to make it at least fair? But I guess they taking the deal as they see it. I guess I'm not gonna really comment on it. If they okay with it, I guess both parties is cool with it.
Last night. Next up, Tiffany's plans for WrestleMania 41. A recently crowned WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton may be in for the challenge of her career at WrestleMania 41, as there's news on what WWE plans to do with the Women's Champion at WrestleMania 41. A WrestleVotes noted on its backstage Q&A that the only rumblings I've heard are Tiffany and Charlotte. I don't know if it's going to happen. I know they've talked about it. This match has all the markings of a classic as it involves two superstars with some same traits, arrogant wrestlers who can back up their
Tiffany's
trash
so
talk in the
fine.
ring. Add in the story of a young upstart looking to make a name for herself from a veteran, and this one could blow the roof of the Allegiant Stadium. Next up, Charlotte Flair spotted at NXT. Now, speaking of the Queen, Charlotte Flair showed up backstage on the 14th January NXT and tweeted a picture of herself, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson, along with this caption: "Some girls want to be a princess when they grow up. I wanted to be a bad bitch girl gang." As it was previously reported,
Okay.
Charlotte Flair is headed over to SmackDown, so this could just mean visiting friends backstage. Next up, no heat on Penta. Oh, it's time for an update on the recent rumors that there may have been backstage heat on Penta for his match and promo running long, leading to WWE having to cut some segments. While Penta's debut match and subsequent promo was praised by WWE management, a report from PW Insider said that some talent were upset that he overran. However, a new report from Fightful Select suggested the rumors of some wrestlers grumbling are inaccurate. Among the talent we spoke to, they claimed they didn't hear of any heat on Penta, and most everyone was aware of what the moment meant to him and his family, and the roster was happy for him. WWE really made Penta's debut special, and they pulled this off beautifully by having his family at ringside and giving time for Penta to show his skills on the microphone, even if it did run long. Next up, AEW removed
Man, I feel like WWE rumors just always rolling by. Like, I feel like whatever like just gets out like right after the show, like people just take it and just like run with it. I mean, well, wouldn't wrestling be without like a whole bunch of damn rumors, bro? Probably nothing would be too exciting, I guess. I mean, I miss the surprises of the old days. Now it's just like leaks and leaks and people getting paid on the side.
Ray Phoenix merch. Did AEW pull merchandise for Penta's brother Ray Phoenix? Well, that's a report from Bodyslam.net. Today, people took notice that AEW's shop has been taken down, and merch related to Rey Fenix, and when you search his name or under the Lucha Brothers tag team name, you get a 404 result, insinuating that there's nothing related to the search terms. And this is particularly interesting because Phoenix has been trying to get his release from AEW, but AEW has reportedly added time to his contract due to his injury-related absence. Is this just an example of pettiness from AEW, or could this be a hint that AEW is now ready to release Phoenix? Next up, WWE's plans for
Uh, I think it's so dirty what AEW's like doing to Penta. That's I don't know if I think it's red. I'm sorry, I'm confused on it. I can easily go back, but I'm just trying to move on from it. But I think it's just so like messed up what they just doing to him because like why they just don't let him out of the contract? It's just so stupid that like they have to just like put injury time on. I think they're just being petty that his brother just opted out and just went to WWE. Like nothing else was happening in AEW. They weren't getting pushed as I seen. But I guess
Tonga Loa revealed. What's next for Tonga Loa once he recovers from the bicep
the
injury
botch
sustained at the
man.
men's War Games match at Survivor Series? According to WrestleVotes, the WWE plans to bring him back around WrestleMania. They're shooting for WrestleMania for Tonga Loa. Yeah, I don't know if they have a spot for him. I wouldn't say that he's got a tag match lined up, but they're shooting that he's back on TV around WrestleMania. Tonga held a WWE Tag Team Championship with Tama Tonga, and the WWE has plenty of options, including booking them into a fatal four-way for the titles at Mania. Are you guys looking for Tonga Loa's return? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up,
Eh,
WWE unfairly fired a superstar. It's time for an important update on former WWE superstar Odyssey Jones. Post Wrestling's Brandon Thurston reminded readers of the events surrounding Jones's firing from WWE. Palmer aka Odyssey Jones' termination from WWE was reportedly related to domestic violence allegations, although the company has not publicly commented on the reasons for his release. Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp tweeted about the case last September, saying Odyssey Jones was removed from WWE television when domestic violence allegations came to light, Fightful has learned. We've not heard of an arrest or charges being pressed in relation to the situation. We reached out to WWE for comment as well as clarification on his status, telling it had not been informed of the situation. But now Brandon Thurston is reporting that Odyssey Jones obtained an order of protection against his partner. According to the report, Palmer alleged that he was the target of multiple incidents of harassment and threats from his ex-partner, stemming from an incident on a cruise ship in May of 2024, which he says included physical attacks against him. Palmer claimed, according to court filings, that his ex-partner's behavior was escalating and that he felt that he was in imminent danger. It's worth noting there are no reports of arrests or criminal charges being filed regarding this case. Jones, who had recently been promoted up to the main roster, began a program with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods that had the potential to be massive, as in the original plans, he was going to be the one to replace Biggie in the New Day faction. However, once he had been fired from the company, WWE quietly dropped the storyline, and the New Day just decided to kick Biggie out. The news has sparked a debate on social media about whether the WWE overreacted by releasing Jones. Some fans have suggested that WWE should have suspended him first pending the investigation. While they didn't comment on the reason for his release, the timing of the court case seems more than coincidental. What do you guys think of this, and how do you think the WWE handled this situation? Do you think he was fired unfairly? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally,
I mean, honestly, either way, we got nothing but like cinema from like the New Day, like kicking Big E out. They're just like walking time bombs full of booze now. But I just feel like, man, I really wish they like kind of like investigated that little situation more instead of like firing him instead of just like going based upon rumors because that shit is so annoying when like you have to have something attached to you and you gotta like literally wait out the drama, man. And like if it's like from ex-partners too and they said like he like already filed like so many things against the whoever it is. Bro, uh, I just don't know what they even say about that. I just hope everything goes well for him.
WWE changing up the Hall of Fame. And last but not least, fans who enjoy WWE's Hall of Fame ceremony may be in for some big changes, as WrestleVotes reports WWE officials were upset about last year's ceremony, particularly the number of fans who left the event before it ended. The only thing I can say is that they were not happy with how everything happened last year in Philadelphia in terms of the size of the crowd that was left even a half hour through. Once Paul Heyman was done speaking last year, the majority of the crowd left, and WWE was not thrilled with that. Now, this wouldn't be the first time WWE changed up its Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The event was previously held as a standalone event the night before WrestleMania, which led to complaints about it running late and impacting wrestlers' ability to prepare for the Showcase of the Immortals. Let's keep in mind, this is when Mania was a one-night event. WrestleVotes added, "I talked to a source that said they couldn't really blame them because the headliner went first. It's the start of a very long weekend for a lot of people, so if you can get out of there at 10:30, you're going to take that chance." However, WWE was not thrilled with that, so I don't think they want to do that again. So I know that they're trying to come up with different ways to present everything. I just don't know what that is yet. Scheduling the ceremony after SmackDown may have led to fans leaving, as they may have been burnt out after 2 hours of wrestling, as just imagine how they'll feel after sitting through a 3-hour SmackDown, but it's also possible the fans who went to watch wrestling weren't as interested in watching a ceremony about wrestling. Given how the WWE has expanded WrestleMania into a multi-day event with fan conventions and other events that don't involve in-ring action, the company should consider holding the ceremony the week of WrestleMania. This could give WWE superstars a break and determine how much of a market there is for fans wanting to see the event. TKO Holdings is always looking for more ways to monetize WWE fans, which suggests this could happen. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news story.
Man, I think there's like so many ways they can go upon, like just like I mean, doing the Hall of Fame, but like I don't know, they gotta like make it like a little bit more exciting, like do something to just like make everything pop because like I don't even know how long this is gonna keep going on because like they got so many the classes are getting littler and littler and littler. And they're gonna like have like a handful of people just keep inducting. But hey, man, what do you think about that news? But I don't know. I don't know what to think of that Odyssey Jones thing. I hope everything gets resolved with him. But hey, if you guys like the reaction, like, comment, subscribe. Remember, it's free. But with that one, I'll see you guys later.